Welcome to the Beautiful Pod. It's Adam Friedland. At the top of the show, I'm joined by Nick Wright of Fox Sports to do a postmortem on the 4-1 loss of the United States against Belgium in the round of 16, the catastrophe of Seattle, they're calling it. And then after that, I go back in time to yesterday, where I talked to CR about the Azteca and, of course, about the Messi. I mean, it shouldn't even be Messi. It should be Cape Verde. The Cape Verde, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It makes me want to cry. Do you remember when the tournament was beautiful? It was. Anyway, enjoy the show.
The Beautiful Pod is brought to you by FanDuel. This summer, America's #1 sportsbook is making it easier than ever to get in on the action across all your favorite sports. Think you've got today's home run hitter picked? Check out FanDuel's HR props, including moonshots and lasers, for a chance at even bigger payouts. Late to start? FanDuel has you covered with all the live betting options all game long. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and play your game. Disclaimer, 21 plus select states, 18 plus DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut.
Nick Wright, I talked to you. You were in bad shape last night. We're good friends.
Dear friends.
Last night we watched a noble 4-1 defeat to Belgium.
No, we didn't. There was nothing noble. There was nothing noble about it.
My question for you is: how does this affect LeBron's legacy? Okay, 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, I do think Cristiano Ronaldo's performance, has enhanced LeBron's legacy. I heard on the broadcast yesterday that he, I think Landon said he's in the best shape of any 41-year-old. And I was like, no, he's not. So in that regard, can you still be performing at the highest level at 41? Or should we you know what I mean? I just for the record. So it wasn't so much the U.S. men's national team that made me think about LeBron, but it was Cristiano Ronaldo limping around out there. But that was a catastrophe. Man with a code,
and I respect you.
Yeah, well, you started there, so I figured I'd go there. That was a catastrophe for us, bro.
Yeah.
And this was the only thing that mattered was, can we break the hard ceiling of the round of 16? And the answer was resoundingly no.
Yeah, they're not very good. I mean, we lost to Turkey. We're dog shit. I mean,
but that one I didn't get. That was our B team. That was our backups.
They weren't very good. I mean,
they weren't very good in that game. And listen, if we're going, here is the way. I think sometimes we patronize the sports that American media kind of parachutes into. You then don't give it the full respect of the full American media take storm. So can we please give the U.S. men's national team the respect to have the discussion we would have if this were one of our major American domestic sports, which is Christian Pulisic.
CP.
Was a total no-show the enther tournament.
You have to feel for him, though, right?
Why?
Okay, you put on the red hat, right? And then he goes ahead and changes the rules in an unprecedented way. Donald Trump goes ahead and for a British guy, and you're like, I've been wearing the red hat the whole time. Why are you trying to save a British guy? An unprecedented move in World Cup history.
So listen,
damn red hat.
I don't. I disagree when people say
Garnacho himself.
I disagree when people say how unprecedented it is. People are like, in all of World Cup history, the vast majority of World Cup history didn't have any red cards given out due to VAR. So I'm going to throw all that history out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Previously, in order to get a straight red, you had to do something so egregious that in real time on the field, the referee was like, holy shit, what happened? And so he gave the red. So I don't really care about that piece of it. And I don't buy the idea that that Trump stepping in, it was bad juju for the U.S.
Red cards, a red card suspension.
Well,
suspension of the suspension. They've never done it.
Except they literally did it right before the tournament for Ronaldo. They literally did it. he got a red card, got a 3-game ban, and then they were like, you know what? We're going to suspend 2 of the suspension games. So that part I don't care about.
Put the work in. He went to the White House. He put on a black tie. He sat there with Mohammed bin Salman. Okay, he showed a little bit of respect. He returned back to our country after a decade being gone. I don't know why, but yeah, this guy, this English guy who lived here for a month, Donald Trump's going to turn around and no, I'm kidding. But listen, he's not R9. Like, we did it for kind of like a pedestrian mediocre, not mediocre. He could bang it in the back of the net, but he was an
listen. He was, but here's the to me,
bad.
people are missing the forest for the trees here. The reason Balogun was so important, and the reason we thought him being suspended was catastrophic, was because the guy who is doing a whole ad campaign about changing what American soccer is was awful the whole tournament. He got kicked in the calf. Yes.
No, he was nice during the group stages.
No, he was not. He didn't play, bro.
He looked like the American Neymar.
Yes. First half of the first game, he was good.
Yeah.
And then he got kicked in the calf, came out, missed the second game. The third game could only play part-time, and in a game we lost. In our first knockout round game, we're down a man. He can't go the full 90.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, he kicks a guy, and then he's like, I can't play.
Especially because he's a Croat and he's playing against Bosnia. That should have fired him up, dude.
I didn't even think about that piece.
Genuinely speaking, it's kind of like we're like hyping him up a little bit too much. Like, and what I will say, to defend Pulisic, he has never really bailed on the United States. He's always put in a shift for the States. I have to say that.
Are you being sarcastic?
No,
That's just not true.
Yesterday he was abject, right? But like beyond that, like.
But he skipped the Gold Cup because he was so tired.
It made us look baby and like teachers' pets for the president to go like, please, can we have
I don't listen.
A journeyman from a farmer's league?
Bro, that is not the story. As you hold a child's vape. Why did you get that vape from a junior high school? What
are you? A doo-doo team who didn't even want to be there. Who was like telling Doku he couldn't like go see his kid being born. The goal of having sex with their talismanic midfielders, like girl, like they're a disaster. Their golden generation has been a disaster. They were like not being taken seriously going into this match.
I know.
Got gassed. They thought they were gonna walk it.
But that's why this is so disappointing, bro.
Yeah.
Is because I understand Belgium's the number 9 team in the world. They haven't looked like that for a moment in this tournament.
They're a disappointment, a massive disappointment.
Right. They drew against Egypt. They drew against Iran. They needed an absolute miracle to beat Senegal. They have looked awesome in 2 matches this tournament. New Zealand and us. The fact that they did to us what they did to New Zealand is criminal. Like that. And did you...
Big Rom is the only one that I will vouch for. I would die. He's one of my favorites.
Not De Bruyne?
No.
I mean, he didn't even play yesterday.
That's why they won yesterday. It was because De Bruyne. They literally gave him the.
They didn't play. No, Lukaku's an all-time great.
Big and especially when he's fat. When he's fat, he bangs it in the back of the net. When he has six-pack, he's not as good. Chelsea Lukaku, six-pack Lukaku, kind of a disappointment. When he has a little belly, then that's really when you're in trouble. He's kind of Mariano. He's kind of Enter Sandman style right now. They bring him in. He's the closer. No, genuinely, we were playing. It was a good draw for us.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. We had a perfect draw. We got super, fortunate of the 32 teams to make the knockout round. Bosnia. Bosnia is like 29th. We're at home, and to have that performance, can I ask you this?
Yeah.
For the 45 seconds after the Tillman free kick, did you think we were going to win? Because
I thought the World Cup. Yes, I thought they were going to.
No, not the World Cup. Just that game.
Yeah, no. You know what it is? Truly, the country is so like effed up outside of sports. Sports have been great. It's sports summer, right? We've gotten
Yes.
games every day. How dope is that? We got the
Every-
Knicks and we got this. It's been come on, Nick. We've had the best summer ever. Okay,
Yes.
and we have to do it because of our jobs, because we're serious sports pundits, and there's nothing they can say to stop us. No, but in reality, look at like the U.S. men's national team, like genuinely like played a real system, and that was the novel thing. The first half of the first game, I thought it looked like this is a sea change. This is miles better than we've ever seen before. But think it just like the personalities, like Trump making that move, I think alienated half of the stadium. I mean, generally speaking, like we thrived, and I'm not saying we won chips, right? We thrived when we had Dempsey and Donovan. We had like a little bit of a scrappy edge to us. Dempsey was crip walking on the fucking pitch. He was saying, "You don't know where I'm from, homie." Like he was a Texas guy, one of those guys that said Patna. You know those guys? Like a UGK kind of guy.
Texas.
It was cool that we had that on our team. These guys are just like, there's nothing like that grabs me or grips me about the personalities on the team. It is a just fool's errand to believe that tactical football is can apply to a knockout game state. We've seen it over and over again. Pep Guardiola tried to overmanage over and over again. Every time he'd go up against Carlo Ancelotti, and he'd be like, "I'm going to play Kyle Walker at 9, and I'm gonna have my goalie as a midfielder," and he'd overthink it. And yeah, this is something that is suited to a league campaign. It's not suited to knockout football. Knockout football is bloody and brutal and unfair, and just waltzing in there and being like, we're playing a terrible team that doesn't want to be there. Literally, they have not looked like they wanted to be at the World Cup the entire time. They were like,
yes,
we got shirts, and the country says we have to have a soccer team, and like, just genuinely, and then we're like, oh yeah, we're amazing now. No, have some fucking humility. We're America. They beat us before in the knockouts. Just have a little bit of fucking revenge on your mind. Don't have the president being a suck up to the fucking head of FIFA.
So you are listen.
It's an inept like at being an autocrat. He's being inept at it. Like what they used to do is just say, "I'm going to kill your family unless you throw this match," and that's how Peru loses 6-0. You don't brag about being like, "Hey, I talked to the teacher, and the teacher says that that flow can come back." No, we look like nerds.
But that had nothing to do with how we played yesterday.
It alienated there was a spirit around the team.
What alienated the stadium was that Belgium scored immediately.
Oh, Pulisic, he was storming the Capitol, and Trump didn't even care. He was there with a caveman hat. No. I mean, the truth is this: they got too impressed with themselves, and they literally waltz in, and they looked at like Belgium's recent form. They're like, oh, they couldn't score against Iran.
But that's why. So that's why I'm saying the Tillman goal should have been a hard reset. It's like, oh shit, we're very lucky we're not down 2-0 right now.
Donovan and Dempsey had a spirit. There was a soul there.
Those teams were not good, bro. You are romanticizing those teams because of your age.
Team Reed is 38 years old, right? We didn't, even in the first match where we cracked 4, we saw it going back the other way, and we're like, oh, it's going to be a disaster if anyone tries to attack us. The thing we used to do well is create keepers. That was the one thing we did well.
Right,
we had
Tim
3
Howard
in the Prem. 3. We had Guzan, Friedel, and Howard. And Howard was like that is the one thing America did when we were crap at ball, right? And now we have this guy from Harvard. So, it's one of the most embarrassing. It's hilarious. I mean, that howler at the back, you don't see like it's Sunday.
So let me ask you this question.
Yeah,
let me ask you a serious soccer question.
Yeah.
I read just some random tweet this morning, and are you sure? Like, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, you know,
happened. It's one of the most well-researched periods in history.
I just
6 million is just an estimate. Okay.
Stop.
We'll cut.
Stop.
We'll cut.
You don't have to cut anything. I'm not responsible for what you say.
Nick, you're my bad. I'm just a loose.
And the take of it, here was the gist of the tweet.
Let's hear it.
That guys 3 through 11, Norway versus the United States, are not that different. But Norway's best guy is a demigod, and Norway's second best guy, Odegaard, would be the best player in American soccer history by a mile. Okay,
Yeah.
but still would be
I'm
the
an
best
Arsenal fan
player
who's just been
in our history by a mile.
I
So
guess maybe. Yeah.
like is really what our ceiling is not about the overall development of 30 guys, but the fact that every team that's going to make the final 8 has one of these, a guy who might one day or already has been a finalist for the Ballon d'Or, and we've never had anyone, even been able to buy a ticket to the event.
It's been Ronaldo and Messi.
No, I know, but you understand what I mean. That's why I said a finalist.
We don't have any like top 10 talent in the States. The problem is
we don't have a top 50 player in the world.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. The problem is in Europe, like sports is free. People go to academies young, and like the whole thing about like if LeBron played soccer is like it kind of ignores like the way that they're trained. Like Spain, for instance, like La Masia, like Barcelona's academy, it's like we will never have physical advantages over other national sides. We are going to be the smartest at sports. We're going to out tactic and out maneuver and out chess every other team, and we're gonna have a 6 like Busquets or like Guardiola used to be, like the deep lying playmaking midfield, and he's going to make a turn against you every single time, and you're going to know the move is coming, and you're not going to be able to stop it, and he's going to see every pocket of space around him, right? Like there is more to just raw athleticism. I mean, like people have mentioned, I mean, the best soccer player of all time is 5'6", There's something about it, there's an education aspect to it, and the problem is like
no, this is why I brought up Norway and Holland.
No pedigree there, yeah.
The reason I brought up Norway and Holland is because I understand what you're saying, that there are ways to do it without great athletes, but there also is a way to do it with just one great athlete. Like Holland is
to an extent, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, again, maybe not.
And he would get him to a final, but like he was with truck drivers, and you could never like drag it across.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the U.S. winning the tournament. I'm saying, can we just turn our hard ceiling?
They just made soccer look whack yesterday, and it's so beautiful. I mean, the 2 games we saw this weekend were like the most beautiful games I've ever seen in any sport. I mean, like, okay. Nick,
you're talking about Argentina, Cape Verde, and Mexico, England.
And you can't say chase down block, okay? What game is better than the Azteca, which was the most frenetic, insane, like white knuckle? Like I feel like I'm still like calming down after it was 2 days ago. And then Cape Verde, like the equalizer in extra time, like the guy trying to find his girlfriend, like soccer looked so cool.
It was so great. And you said what moment was better? You said I can't say the chase down block.
What other game? I can't. Honestly.
So game 6, 2012 against Boston, 45-15 and 5 for LeBron legacy game.
I mean, like emotionally.
No, it was. Like, listen.
Just Cape Verde is like, we didn't know any of these guys' names, and they're playing against God. They're playing against Messi. They're going to tell, they were waiting outside the bus afterwards so they can get a picture with Messi.
So
and
this is,
almost did it.
This shouldn't be lost in the U.S.'s catastrophic performance yesterday. Yeah. And I'm not just saying this because it's on my network.
Yeah.
This has been one of the greatest months of sport I've ever seen in my life.
Ronaldo literally may have played his last game yesterday, and that's how bad Tim Ream ruined Ronaldo's day. I mean, like it really just, it was so beautiful. And like I saw a friend of mine asking what team he should follow and declaring Arsenal, and then less than 24 hours later,
don't be afraid to name drop, bro. You're talking about Van Lathan.
Declared Arsenal, which I'm like, I would never wish upon my greatest enemy. It's like someone saying they're converting into Judaism. I'm like, you don't want no part.
That's your team. They just won the Premier League.
It's a horrible life. It's been a
They're the champs.
It was a.
They went to penalties against PSG to get the double. How can you say that's no good?
We shut their asses down.
No, he should. Van should root for Man City just because Holland's so fun.
No, it's plastic. Come on. It's not a real team. There's no history. What are you going to root for? Like
you told him not to root for Arsenal, so who are you going to tell him to root for?
Because it's the hope that kills you. It's like I'm going to be a Bills fan or something. I was just like, what?
Well, you know who my team is, right?
What?
You know who my team is, right?
You're Arsenal, no? Or
Well, no. I mean, the guy who does stats for our show is a diehard Arsenal fan, and so on his behalf, I root for him. But this is such a layup for you. Who is the team I root for?
I don't know. Is he going to the Sixers or where is he going? The Knicks?
Well, no, you're on the right. You're on the right track. Liverpool. There you go. Liverpool. Yeah. Never walk alone.
Yeah. They're the other Big Six club that I could see myself like romanticizing. They're like a working class club, but I adopted Arsenal because they had like the crossovers and dunks guys. And Man U was like kind of the Celtics. And
aren't you a part owner of Arsenal or something dumb? Don't you pay him money to be a fan?
I'm a club member, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah, you pay him money to be a fan.
£38 a year to be a member. Like a Packer.
Can we talk before I go about Ronaldo?
It's really just I've been talking about it every episode of the show because this is really the culmination of 20 years of these two intertwined kind of like superstars.
Of course.
And the contrast, I think that everyone's kind of ignoring yesterday out of empathy for him. Like seeing him just be like the Euros is more he was injured in the final.
I know.
It's just like bro, just shut up. Just be like I'm fucking sick at ball. Fuck you. Just be like, don't be so insecure so publicly. Like he's a genius of the game, right? And it's like it's really painful to see how this story is ending and what Messi is doing right now, which is and karmically, I'm like, I hated Ronaldo. I loved Messi. I'm like, good. If someone told me this was happening, I'd be like, fuck yeah. But it's actually like too painful to even celebrate.
Well, and this is where Roberto Martinez, the Portuguese manager, had a very tough job because he's
a loser.
Listen.
He just wants Ronaldo's autograph.
I know. So like most famous Portuguese people in history in order. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
Number 1, Vasco da Gama.
Yeah.
Number 2, Ferdinand Magellan. Number 3, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So Roberto Martinez was in a position where
he's like he's like a Democratic campaign consultant. He loses every time, but he gets a better job. Right? Like he was in Belgium. He was
Belgium with the golden generation.
Yeah, well, they were like
they did get to a semi.
Each other, and like it was just a waste of talent.
So what Ronaldo needed to be was late stage Kareem, which is hey, you're still useful. You're still going to get minutes. And we might even, like people go back and look, 1988 NBA Finals Game 6, season on the line. They ran the play for Kareem. Kareem got a phantom foul, made the free throws. They go on to win the championship. Ronaldo, they needed to set the precedent from the beginning of the tournament that Ronaldo was going to be used in that role as like the ultimate sub. He didn't have the courage to do it. Then, I didn't believe in
ridden them to a chip. I mean, practically speaking, they had the best midfield in the
correct.
Save for Spain, maybe. But
so I was at Portugal, Colombia in Miami.
Yeah.
And I was totally out on Portugal. And then in their knockout round game, who'd they play in round 1? I forget. Croatia. They played Croatia.
Yeah. But that was like bullshit.
I bet Croatia.
Oh, you're having a rough one this tournament.
It hadn't been great.
Let's go.
I'd rather not.
Oh God, it broke my heart when I heard you say that.
Yeah, the Cape Verde, Spain. That was all. Listen, it happens. You know, you live and you learn.
It's not fair.
It's not fair, but it's fine. I had bet Croatia, and the moment Ronaldo came out of the game, I text my buddy that I bet with, and I said we lost. It was tied. And I was like, we're going to lose. I was like, Portugal just unlocked what they need to do.
Came in immediately scored. 1 second.
Yeah. And I thought that because Roberto Martinez had the courage in a tie game, what could be Ronaldo's last game, to take him out, that he was then going to do that yesterday. And if at any point yesterday, I believe they had taken Ronaldo out, they could have beaten Spain.
What a loser. Just tell him to fuck off. Tell him you're on the bench, dude. You stink and you're making the team worse. It sucks because it's like actually protecting Ronaldo. Listen, this is not going to be a mark against his legacy, This is not going to be
No.
remembered. Right now, watching this is like, it hurts my insides because it's like you see someone that's so desperately insecure that it could just be like he's so good. In any other era, he'd be the best player in the world, right? In any other era, you can't say that about Bird. Like Bird wouldn't be the best player in the world now. In
Correct.
any other era, this guy's the best player in the world, right? And it sucks. If he was just like, bro, it sucks. I play at the same time as this freak. He's like,
Right.
and Jesus Christ, it sucked. And guess what? He probably made me work harder. But like,
Do you think his biggest
it's
fans,
tragic.
what percentage of the biggest Ronaldo fans deep down know
They're
they're
bots.
on the wrong side of the argument?
They're bots.
No,
You know
but I'm
he's-
saying,
but he's bought.
I saw that. I don't know if I believe that story or not.
Why?
I
Because
saw
you
it.
bought some for LeBron?
No.
No, and it would be
Because I
close.
just don't know what I believe on
Russia.
Twitter.
Yeah, James told me.
But so what percent, if we had 100 iShow speed types in the room, diehard Ronaldo
He's
fans.
a nice kid. Yeah.
I'm not, this wasn't a knock on him.
He's
I like him.
a nicer
But I'm
body,
saying-
maybe.
I'm
better
saying
ass.
diehard Ronaldo fans, you got 100 in a room. What percentage of them now, if you asked them, be like, hey, who's better, Messi or Ronaldo all
I
time,
think that they're
have
like
come over?
finally. I think they're finally just like he's not as good, but I think he's cooler, which is not.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, which is not also not true. Like, there's no one left. It's really sad. Genuinely speaking, like Cristiano Ronaldo, standing over the ball at Old Trafford, the theater of dreams, before a free kick, it was one of the most scary, intimidating juggernaut. Like, like it's he is a great, and the problem is that I've explained this before in the show. Like Messi's context for understanding his career is that Argentina said he was a loser because he never won for them, and
Yeah.
Diego Armando is better, and you'll never be
Maradona. Did you call Maradona Armando?
Diego
that
Armando Maradona? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
They're like, you'll never be as good as this guy who was good for 6 years and destroyed himself with cocaine, but he was a genius in the game. He's honestly, for me, he's the second best of all time. But like, so Messi was homesick. He left home at 13. He was never able to return until he got in that World Cup. And what we're seeing right now is he's free. Cristiano Ronaldo's framework for his career is Messi. So you see one guy looking in one direction, the other guy looking at, and he's like, why isn't he looking back? I mean, I'm not saying that Messi is not being isn't competitive, but it's just like it matters so much to Ronaldo, and genuinely speaking, like his entire life he's been just trying to get as good as he can at sports because he wants accepted. I mean, like he thought it would make his dad stop doing drugs, and like he bought his dad and his brother a mansion, and he was like, hey, do you want to come see me play for Sir Alex Ferguson, Manchester United? They're like, yeah, I'd rather hang out with your brother and just do drugs. Like, it's just
All right.
super guy. All right.
No, hold on. I have one announcement for you, and then I got to go.
What is that? We're going to the final.
Well, you know what? You're on the right track, but not quite.
Oh, close.
So you're a big Knicks fan.
I like
or not.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a Laker fan, but
the Knicks, yeah.
Yes. So
I like the Tibbs identity. That's still
yes. So the guy who I'm sure you saw at all the games, middle-aged white guy, always wearing sunglasses, slick back hair. No, just shut up for a second. Sitting next to DJ Khaled, the best seats in the house next to the Knicks bench is one of my buddies, Richie. So he has those seats and a box at Arsenal. He's a diehard Arsenal fan. He has the best seats for the Knicks and a box at Arsenal.
Richie?
And my buddy Richie. And I have kind of an open-ended invite if I can make it to England for an Arsenal game.
We're gonna go,
to go with him. I am you, my buddy Josh, our stats producer, and you are going to be my plus ones, assuming Richie, will allow it, and we'll go to an Arsenal game together.
You guys on FaceTime with TT this summer?
What?
Thierry?
He's in LA. I'm working on it. When I did your pod the first time, you were like, "This is your golden goose. That's your guy."
That position like him. Imagine Holland as like a box presence juggernaut, and imagine someone that's also technically like can do everything else. He's the most comprehensive nine.
Are you finding yourself a little? Because Thierry's been unbelievable on the broadcast.
What's that?
Thierry's been unbelievable on the broadcast, but Zlatan's kind of overshadowing him a bit. Is it making you mad?
Listen to what Thierry says, you learn so much about the game. There's a really good clip of him talking about what Wenger taught him about passing to teammates. He like expressed frustration, and Wenger's like, you have to study how everyone receives the ball, and you have to tailor every dish to everyone's like skill set. So it's like he said that like an actual true genius on the pitch is just like understanding how everyone else plays to such a specific degree. It's not everyone adjusting to your game. And when you listen to him, I mean, what he said after the Cape Verde match was like, he's a poet, and he's
great. He's absolutely great. All right, you're the best. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, dude. There's no one better to talk American ball with. It was a joke. I never believed. I am an English fan.
Come on. I'll talk to you later. See
All
ya.
right, bye.
Bye.
The Beautiful Pod is brought to you by FanDuel. On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel is changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle, because in matches like these, anything can happen, and now your bet can go the distance. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/TAFS to get started now. Reece James is going to be the cane that they're going to throw it back to Jude. By now, you should have he realized Kabi Menu. Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and James Trafford are the goalies. Dan Burn, the word is on the street that Ivan Toney in your heart is Gordon. Rashford, you've heard it all, preferred Ollie Watkins, John Henderson, Jordan. I don't believe that Morgan Rogers feels the way I do about Saka. And Noni Madueke, Nico Riley, Elliot Anderson, Stones, and Kwanzaa. Dan Burn, Jets fans, Esri Konsa, but Declan Rice, Eze, you're gonna be the one that saves it. And after all, you're my soccer ball. All right, come on, England. Come on, the lads.
I thought that was one of the best songs I've ever heard.
I'm going to go pee and then we get started. Sports, summer, March is on. Chris Ryan in Los Angeles. How are you enjoying this tournament? I can't get enough of it.
You know, the best thing I can say about last night, the England-Mexico match, is after watching it, I felt like I played in it. It was so emotionally exhausting. It was the 11 minutes of added time were the most gripped I have ever been by a sporting event, honestly.
Yeah. Were you terrified for your life leaving the stadium? You're like the cartel's gonna get my ass. Yeah, I love the subplot of the like 17 hotels that they booked and they still managed to find England.
I can't believe that one got out.
You know what it would have been good if they got everyone from the Harry Kane TV show, right?
Yes.
They got all the guys that acted in whatever that show is on.
Wait, it's the Gareth Southgate.
The Southgate
series, yeah.
They could have gotten I don't know, maybe, what's his name? The guy that did the Nazi in Inglourious Bastards, Christoph Waltz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he could have been the gaff, but get all those boys. Cool. Get all those boys. And while you're at it, get everyone from the Lakers show on HBO and from the Clippers one that no one watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get the real Clipper Daryl. I'm talking decoys on decoys. Yeah, they have to do a Saddam Hussein style decoy system.
But it's like, did they really think that some guy working at the Mexico Hyatt was not going to be like, they're staying here?
Yeah. Well, not if they marched in all those guys from that show, doppelgangers. Doppelgangers. Yeah. I just saw they put on Instagram Reels, they put a clip of Kane crying. He's like, but I always hit penalties, coach. And then Southgate's like, it's all right. You did it for Britannia. I want to talk England. I want to talk also Messi and this weekend, all the games that we missed from this weekend. But I think in Argentina, Cape Verde, and Mexico, England, it's in the top 10 of games I've watched in anything of my life.
Yes. Yeah, and also, like, I think the players think that too. I think that the guys in that Argentina Cape Verde match were like, I took part in something like way bigger than myself, and the same thing for England Mexico.
The guy trying to find his girlfriend after scoring in extra time. It's a movie, Chris. This tournament is a movie. And thank you, Gianni Infantino. Thank you, Marco Rubio. Thank you, U.S. State Department. We'll get to the red card. I think it'll be less of a discussion point when this comes out tomorrow, but I do want to mention it. But in those two games, I think like cinema, like we haven't processed them yet, but where do you see them in like the scope of like any athletic competition you've seen throughout your entire life?
Well, you know what? It's like the World Cup always brings in new football fans. And I have had several people ask me like, is it always like this? And it's not, you know, it's like the club seasons are like more of like a long form, like a marathon. They're not like this, like batten down the hatches, let's fucking go. But it is kind of like what's primally interesting about soccer is the idea of like bunch of guys want to get the ball in a net and a bunch of guys want to stop it from happening, and it's just a battle of the wills sometimes. And when it actually plays out in a place like Azteca, you're just like, this is better than Apocalypse Now, dude. Like, I can't believe I'm watching this.
I don't think I've ever seen a stadium like that before.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just frenetic and psycho. Like in that stadium, the England fans, how did they get them out?
No, you have to watch like Copa Libertadores games at Boca or something like that. But it's not even that had like, this was like Istanbul meets Buenos Aires meets, you know, everything you could want in a football match.
Meets the like Serbian basketball games. Yeah. No, seriously, like, did Sicario get them out of the stadium? I wanted to see that. And also, just like, was there like a Nurse Joker situation for Jordan Henderson? Like, I'm worried about him. A Nurse Joker situation.
Someone's just like walking away from the hospital. I have seen him in a cast, so he has since gotten out of surgery. But did you see that when England was coming to Azteca, they had the pickup trucks leading in the bus that are the same pickup trucks from Sicario. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. Yesterday truly was the day of the Soldado.
I almost didn't want the match to start because like all of the footage was so incredible. All of like the social media, like the buildup was
down to the hour delay. Yeah. Oh, I mean, and the fireworks the night before. Also, just for us to be American snobs, seeing people react as if like this is zero class from the Mexicans, as if like that doesn't happen every Champions League knockout.
Seriously,
like it's one of the coolest things. If it makes you feel like you're on the team.
Yeah,
like the funniest example of that, of course, is 74. The German tabloid, whatever, Bild, sent in like sexy girls for a sexy girl party, pool party to like party with the Dutch. And the night before the final, they released it like in the and all of them were on the phones with their wives until like 5 a.m.
Yeah,
like apologizing. Yeah,
this is like what we were saying about Algeria, Austria last week, where it's like, I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying it's not new.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's always been crap. And going back to your point about a ball in the middle of a field and guys wanting to kick it about and fight each other, that is literally what this game started off as.
Yeah.
It started off as guys from Eton trying to fight guys from a factory with a ball in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And that was like sporting and posh to have like a brutal, like assault. It was kind of like it was more akin to like the basketball that you play in the pool. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly. Just like elbows and like,
and dudes drowning. Let's do England, Mexico first, right?
Just last point, down to the soft power propaganda of the regime, like Donald Trump's like getting the red card dismissed.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
I just want to say we are recording this on Monday. They play tonight. Regardless of whether every other country would or wouldn't try to do this, do you think it's bad sports karma that he did it?
Lie about it. Just lie about it. It's like the Venezuela thing, right? Like just lie. Like Trump was like, and so like we just sent in Delta Force and we paid off like some schmuck cousin and it was so easy. And now we're gonna steal the oil. We've always stolen the oil. Just don't say that you're stealing the oil.
Make us feel better about this process.
Yeah, just send Kissinger into the locker room and say, if you don't lose, we will give you the wall, okay? And then act like, oh, Peru naturally lost 6-0, okay?
Yeah.
Just it's not classy, right? We used to have guys that went to Yale that were in some sort of secret society where they did battle raps from history against each other, and it's not as badass as it sounds. And they used to kill the president, but guess what? They wore a suit, okay? Yeah. And that we just get the Yale guys back in there. Now I'm going on attention. What is this Fetterman with his hoodies? They used to have class. Okay, just absurd. And now, come on, let's go Kevin De Bruyne, remontada. The Americans, I'm done with America. No, if they don't win, it makes it bad, right? But they have to win this match.
Yes, I think if they win, whether or not there will be an asterisk, I think we've seen that like the way that people consume information and news goes so fast that I don't think that people are going to be like, well, I can't really be happy about this because Balogun had a red card.
He's not R9.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not a fucking Ronaldo Nazario. He's not like, he's not a central figure in that squad. They could have won it without him. Trump said it was their best player. So you know what, Trump, I respect, nothing but respect for the office of it. Okay, anyway, England, Mexico in the Azteca, the ghosts of the hand of God. Just literally, I'm still catching my breath from that match last night. The rain, the atmosphere, the fucking penalties, the fucking sending off. It had everything. It is arguably, were it not for the Messi game, the best game of the World Cup. In a World Cup that every single fucking game is a fucking all-timer.
And it had the thing that we have been talking about this entire show, which is the best players playing the best in the biggest games, which is what I think is really cooking everyone's noodle, is Haaland introducing himself to 100 million people that didn't know who he was or didn't really know he was like that. Jude and Harry getting after it in this match and being like, we're actually better than you guys and we are gonna like show you. Bellingham in the first half, like in that, it had
a 4-4-2, Chris. Yeah. It had a 4-4-2.
Here's my big takeaway from this one.
Yes.
Is Tuchel what we thought Carlo was?
Tuchel is now going into moron season. I'm sorry, like they accomplished what he almost fucked up, which is they played such a high press. There was so much space between the rest of the team and their front three, and they just gave Mexico possession. But what they did was they shithoused it to the first drinks break.
Yes. Which,
mind you, because of the temperature in my studio that I'm shooting this right now, I think we will begin to institute hydration breaks. Yes, we will. Okay. And
it's kind of amazing to watch the managers adapt to the reality where you can tell they're kind of playing to the break.
Yes. And in the Azteca, that's what you have to do. There's a really good clip of Brad Friedel talking about it where he's like, they're not as good. Their players are nowhere near as good as yours. You have to catch your second breath. And the England, one of the assistant coaches, I forgot his name, he was like, we wanted to go into the end of the first quarter,
I know.
0-0, and they accomplished it. They gave Mexico far too much of the ball. But as you were saying before, moments, guys. Jude cracked 2, and then the clearance at the far post. The clearance at the far post. I mean, it was what would have been remembered about that match had it not come so early in the match, and had it not just the entire energy of the entire thing been so frenetic and insane.
So
and had we, yeah, go ahead.
The reason why I said the Carlo thing is we were like, Carlo just understands man management and he understands where to put guys on the field and positionally. If not necessarily like mind-blowing tactics, but like I want to have Martinelli play here, or I want to. That's what we thought Carlo was going to do when he got his pants pulled down. In this match, when Konza goes off, Tuchel was like, "This is why I brought Dan Burn. Is that like we are gonna win or lose in the 90, well plus 11, and I'm not playing for pens. If this goes to extra time, we're dead because we've been running around up at altitude with 10 men. So what he does is he brings on Burn for the exact right moment that he has to, which is dealing with 700 crosses at Azteca in a fucking lightning storm. There is only one guy you can bring for that, and it's this 6'7" monster who put
which
his
is even more altitude.
Into a bicycle kick. Yeah,
yeah,
he's already
even
more
100
altitude. Feet higher. Yeah.
Yes,
and then when he bet it all and he pulled Kane, he pulled Saka, he pulled Nico, and he pulled Anderson. And he puts on all those fucking center backs. He's just like, we're going to deal with it. It's going to be a war, but we are dealing with it. I had nothing but respect for that. He parked the bus, but he parked the bus in a way that was just like, if this doesn't work, I'm willing to die on my shield right here.
2 guys really fucking put in massive shifts. First is Princess Diana on the left as an out ball. Yeah. I mean, Gordon was fucking running for 90 minutes.
He was insane. He left him on to be the outlet. It was nuts.
They need to make a Beanie Baby of Anthony Gordon, I think. Yeah, they need to make.
Did you see Aguirre say "fuck you" to him, like, and laugh? But like when he was like, it was amazing.
I love the chippiness. I loved how chippy it was. I loved how like literally also him and fucking Jude as a front line with. What was it? 8 center backs behind them.
Yeah, Konza, Stones, Gahey, Dan Burn.
Jen Spence, who I would say a utility man could play anywhere on the pitch. No, genuinely speaking, Sam loved that. Thanks, brother. No, genuinely speaking, the game had so many phases, right? You had the like, why are they giving Mexico so much of the ball? Then you had the 2 minutes of like.
Do you think to your first point? Do you think that was because of Declan's yellow? Like, do you think that threw them off to get a yellow in the midfield? Like the most important player they've got in a lot of ways gets a yellow in the first minute, and it's like, oh crap, is this going sideways already?
It caused everyone to lock in and like focus, I think, genuinely speaking, because it's like a roll of the dice. After those 2 goals, everyone's thinking, oh yeah, Saka and Deck have to come off, right?
Right.
And then Quinones, Asamoah Gyan, all-star, first, Jesus Christ. This guy, we're going to miss him for 4 years. Where does he go, Saudi?
Yeah.
What are his stats in Saudi?
I think he had like 31 goals.
Jesus Christ.
In front of like guys that fly out OnlyFans models and poop on them. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Well, they fund the show. How did Duran not have stats like that? Remember?
He did for a second, but then he went off the plot.
What happened to Ivan Toney? Was he banging him out there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How many goals does he have? I mean, Penaldo scores there.
32.
Oh, better than Quinones, yes.
1 less. Quinones said 33.
Okay. Genuinely, that's the player of Mexico's tournament. Mexico doesn't leave that match with their heads hanging low. After bringing it back to 2-1, they closed that half really well. And it required a lot of heroic saves and a lot of heroic, like, like the fucking clearance off the line in June. Third quarter, I think England got it together, right? And at 3-1, I'm like, oh, this is being put to bed.
Right.
The red card changed everything. Then I think what you were describing is the Southgate DNA. I think that England were like, we're not going to be too proud. Like, I think like Brazil was. Like Brazil, I think is a squad where you can't get 11 guys behind the ball.
Yeah, but
like,
Carlo got spooked and brought Neymar on too.
I know. At 0-0. I know. I feel like it's sad when he was talking shit in the grill of that Norway goalie, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, genuinely speaking, where does this leave England? England has a path now. They have Messi in the semis. They have Norway next match. Benedict Arnold himself, Erling Haaland, is going to be coming up against them after he was born in our beautiful, beautiful kingdom, and he turns his back. He turns his back. The raiding marauders of the row thing, I think is lame. Okay, I think it's lame. I talked to Norwegians; they think it's lame too. Actually, they're like, there's a complicated debate on the left about. It's so funny. They're so funny. They all have healthcare and they're debating about a cheer. No, I want to give just Anthony Gordon and this was the Jude game, I think, in his England history. I think it's fair enough to say. Like, would you say the same?
It's just like, it's also like he's the one that never seems spooked by it. Like, that's the thing, is it's like, I wonder whether or not it's not that we overestimated Azteca, but these guys have all played at Galatasaray. They've all played at PSG. Like, they've played in he plays at the Bernabeu. Like, he knows pressure.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Yeah. And I thought that header, I was like, that dude's about to go flying through the net head first. Like, that's how much he wants it.
Yeah, of their two moments, guys, the cool contrast between the two is I was saying to Waz last episode, like Kane thrives in calmness and having his brain completely empty and just thinking about like the attempt on goal and just kind of trying different attempts around a keeper like throughout a 90-minute span.
Yeah.
Jude thrives on chaos, and that game state required chaos, and he rose to the occasion. He is, for me, the England player of the tournament, but it's obviously close. It's not even worth debating. I mean, it's one or the other. The funny thing on the horizon is day game Miami, Norway, England.
Yeah, well,
there will be deaths.
That's a trap. That's a trap game in some ways, because you get through Azteca and then you start dreaming about Argentina, and you got to take care of business against Odegaard and Holland. But
what day is that match?
Saturday. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern, I think.
Yeah. They have 6 days of recovery. I don't know if Jordan Henderson will be ready by then. That's.
I think he might not. Yeah.
Yeah. Jordan Henderson's gone. Obviously, he's with Kobe's broken arm guy in Switzerland right now. So there's a roster crisis. I think it's fair enough to say, right?
That's the nice thing about this English team, is they're relatable. I would have been Jordan Henderson if I had been on that team. I would have got a yellow card on the sideline, and then I would have fallen down celebrating Wonderwall.
It was a very like Don Zimmer being thrown down by Pedro moment. Right? It was like, you can't not laugh. It looked so painful. It looked brutally it was like it broke it. It was like a spaghetti. You just saw it fold like an accordion in his arm. They need a vet presence in the locker room, and I think that this is a crisis. They need Jarrell Kwanzaa in the next match available. This is a massive crisis going into the next match.
Is Reece James ever going to play again? Is he out for this tournament? He was getting into it with Ochoa on the sideline, so I was like, "Oh, is this like a prelude to him?"
I thought you were going to say Cholo.
No, Ochoa.
With a Cholo, yeah. He's like the Smiths are actually not the best band of all time. Yeah, it must have been hard for them to go against the Depeche Mode Smiths country.
Seriously.
Yeah, they really rock with it. Maybe it's American Mexicans more so. There is one person, I think, Labor has a new leader in Parliament. Britannia has someone is at the wheel again.
Prime Minister in waiting, Andy Burnham. Yeah.
he plays ball also. There's a clip of him scoring a class finish. I think Trump loved going to Buckingham Palace. I think he's got sway with FIFA. You got to get this Kwanzaa card
Special
situation.
relationship. Yeah.
You got to get it out, and then you got to petition to have another vet brought in, and you know who that man is. It's pretty obvious.
Trent?
He's at no. Come on,
Palmer?
Trent.
Bowden?
Harry Maguire.
He's at the ready. McGuire's on fire.
He's signing
He's at
Panini
the ready.
stickers in Miami.
Listen, he's been there the whole time. Maybe the right one for you
He's been in jail
was there.
in America the whole time.
No, that was in Greece. He cleared it up.
Can
Anyway,
I ask one last boring question, which is I
Yes.
saw a lot of critique of Mexico for just lumping in crosses for 40 minutes.
it's Mexico.
I didn't really, they're not Bayern Munich. Like, I don't really know. They're not going to carve England up when England's just going to be standing in their own box the whole time, right?
But they're supposed to be doing Cruyff turns for like 90. No, it's Mexico. And guess what? It almost worked.
Yeah.
It nearly worked. I mean, their striker plays for Wolves. Like, it's just like it. Honestly, credit to them. They had a ton of chances. It was hell. It was white knuckle. Like, I don't think that they leave that. If their fans are giving them I mean,
No, it was
I
more
know
like
they-
online punditry. Like, that was bad tactics. And I was just like, I don't know. It's like usually that's the
Listen.
easiest way to attack a big block like that.
It's going to be 44 years before they could Tree make it to the quarterfinals. Poor guys. Cape Verde, Argentina.
Let's talk.
about it.
Yeah.
I turned to my girlfriend's brother. I was watching it with him, and I said that was beautiful.
Yeah. The first one.
It was one of the most incredible matches I've ever watched in my entire life. I think we were saying before that it was like pure cinema. It's like a cliche. I just in the scope of sports games, I can't for me, what's the most special is like when I have like an emotional attachment to something. When Deck hit those 2 free kicks against Real Madrid, it was like it meant something to me. When Kobe had the 60, obviously it meant something to me. The fact that I didn't know any of these people's names at all.
Yeah.
No one knew. And if you say Sam didn't even attempt to lie that he knew any of their names. You did say you knew one of them.
Well, he played for Benfica.
Who was it?
Cabral.
He's lying. No, I mean, the players were at the Argentina bus because they wanted to meet Messi. They're going to be able to tell their families and grandkids they played against Messi and they almost beat him.
There was
And
a post somebody did where it was all of the Cape Verde players. Their most recent Instagram post was any shot of them with Messi.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like 9 of them, but it was like, same, dude. That's what I would do.
It's the most beautiful, like, sporting event I've ever seen. It's just these guys that were fearless in the face of like demons. The best player of all time. Both of the criminals scored also. You got Christian Romero and you got the Butcher get goals. Although they ruled out, they said own goal in the Romero thing.
Yeah.
Sam, but that wasn't fair, right? It was on frame.
I think it was probably a little wide.
No, they wanted to take the assist away from Messi. Everyone knows that Infantino wants Messi out of this tournament. No, I mean, I guess it leaves Argentina with the tastiest path to the final. And it kind of gives us just like a collision course for a rematch of the last World Cup final.
Sure.
Speaking of, like, when you said like games in the World Cup typically aren't like this, I think maybe there was something in the cosmos. I get so like hokey, like when I talk about ball, but like something in the cosmos changed. The last final changed things, and now everything is chaotic and like incredible. These games are supposed to suck, and like.
Even the
we
games that
haven't-
suck are amazing. Like, even France-Paraguay was incredible because France was like, we're not going to fucking succumb to this. Like, too
Yes.
bad. You know, like, and they're laughing at those guys. Like, in Cape Verde, Argentina, the thing that was obviously amazing was Cape Verde, like, going for it. My favorite moment of that match was when Argentina scored their 3rd, I think. Scaloni grabbed, like, Tagliafico or Tagliafico and Montiel, and he was like, nobody fucking plays anymore. Like, no more football. Like, all you guys do is stop these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Messi signed Vozinha for Inter Miami after the match, which is like funny. Like the only people he ever gives flowers to are goalies. Like there was a Champions League match, Celtic Barcelona 2-1, and he said Fraser Forster. He said he's not from this planet. Messi said is not from this planet about Fraser Forster. Granted, he was on an absolute heater. It was incredible to see. Like, I mean, that is like the game or day of his life. When they hit that equalizer in extra time, I just kept screaming, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" The added element for me, I'm sorry, I'm gonna dick right again of like the the chance of like saying that this could be goodbye.
Yeah.
It just made it like all the more like insane and incredible. We haven't even mentioned Croatia, Portugal yet. That's how insane this World Cup has
Yes.
been. You know, that game was maybe the fourth craziest game of the weekend. And like, I don't understand like how how are they getting every single one to be this nuts?
We're recording now. I have no idea what's going to happen in Spain, Portugal. It could be even crazier.
No, it's gonna be boring. They're gonna like let CU like win it. Maybe CU next fucking World Cup when you're 46 years old in Portugal. See you next World Cup when you're 46 years old in Portugal. Cut that, guys. Come on, cut that, guys. There's the way Messi took down that through ball and just one touch and then fired it in. I was like, and the way that this goalie who was a nobody nothing was unbeatable at the time.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't understand how they could keep topping it. And it's just like it's so cool that for work I have to watch this and I can't be told not to.
You're right though, because like every time he gets the ball, like there is like a weird like pregnant moment where you're like, oh man, like this is probably one of the last like 100 times I'm going to see him do this. You know what I mean? Like I know he might keep playing for Inter and maybe he goes superhero and plays one more World Cup. I don't know if that's even possible, but yeah, like during that Cape Verde thing, I was like so torn between wanting Cape Verde to pull up the greatest upset maybe in sports history versus wanting Messi to stay in the tournament.
The Henri, like after the whistle, was like, the story is not the result. The story is these guys that they did something so. What was their FIFA ranking?
In the hundreds.
In the hundreds. He's wrong. And then I think we're booking tomorrow. Okay. Let's go golden boot tally. Let's go through the really dope thing is that Messi, Haaland, and Mbappe are all on even goals at 7.
Yeah. Does Kane have 6?
Kane is at 6, yeah. But that's because of the agenda. That's because of the anti-British agenda.
That's because he shares more.
And then of course Cristiano Ronaldo right on their heels at 3. Yeah. So I think he's an outside chance depending on what happens today. Real quick, Norway, Brazil. Did Carlo get too stupid? Okay. That's the real question. Like Martinelli changed the game when he came off. I thought the profile of the game changed. To be fair, they could have very easily won that match. They missed a penalty, and Endrick just blew a one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah.
Haaland announced himself. He had a moment. I think Norway now
Who did
has
Haaland
like
score on? I didn't notice.
Alisson Becker.
Who was the center back who was guarding Haaland?
Alisson Becker.
Oh, he's playing center back?
The keeper was Alisson Becker from Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah. He
wasn't done any favors by his defense.
He plays ahead of Mamardashvili.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gabriel's crap. You know my agenda. I want him out. He's terrible on the ball. Who was the center back? Who was the center? Okay. Haaland announced himself. Any other takeaways from that match?
No. I feel like they I feel like that's probably the last big Neymar moment we're going to get in his career. Speaking of like goodbyes, I wonder whether he's done on the national team after this.
We don't even recognize that was goodbye to Neymar. That's how like insane, like the next match is coming and there's something even crazier we have to focus on.
Yeah, it's like they were talking to Zlatan about it after the match, and he was like, this is a guy who's like won plenty of trophies and played well for his country and clubs, but there always is going to be a feeling like there was something more that could have been achieved.
Special Neymar memory in international tournaments, I think, was the goal against Croatia, where he needed that extra touch because he knew that it would have been cleared on the line, and then he roofed it.
Yeah.
I watch that all the time. He's the most what-if superstar I think we've seen the last 20 years. I remember... Actually, fun fact, do you know what Barcelona did for him to get him to finalize the deal?
I did.
When he was leaving from Santos, they organized an orgy for his father in London.
That's cool.
Yeah. He's a family man. He loves his family. Okay. France, Paraguay. I said to Waz, you need a racist low block to defeat this team. It was a perfect blueprint for the racist low block. There was a member of parliament. She said something. It was like she was in Nuremberg in front of a fucking like 100,000.
So awful. Yeah.
Just horrific. The way like the other thing is this, like no one registers like Mbappe like gets just as bad a treatment as Vinny or any other like superstar of color, especially after the last World Cup. There was a incident with Enzo, of course. You need to literally approach France like their PSG in the Champions League final, as I said last episode. And like what you have to do is like recognize you don't have as many good players. You have to have 11 players buy in and like be psychos. And the only team I think remaining that's equipped to like defend for their lives is Argentina, I think, at this point. England doesn't have enough talent. They could buy in, but I don't see them being talented enough to actually pull that off. Any other takeaways from France, Paraguay?
Manu Kone come down to Liverpool FC, play with a real club. Let's go. Be our number 6, play with Grav. I loved when he blew up. Like he basically did Paraguay to Paraguay. And
so you're done with Endo. You think he's a loser?
I believe he's quite injured.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you think he's a loser?
I think he's a great vibes guy. I don't know if he should play defensive midfield for us. And then I loved that Olise is like single-handedly able to destroy somebody trying to do shithousery on France because he can just like cut in and dribble 30 yards and nobody can bring him down and nobody can touch him. He's next.
Do you think he has more dribbles than French words? Like that he knows?
Like honestly, like that's
more completed dribbles or French words that Why does he play for them? It's insane. Mbappe, fun fact, has never lost a World Cup match. Isn't that crazy?
Did you see there's an image of like a bunch of Paraguay fans and then a dude standing in a Mbappe dictator t-shirt, like among them?
It's going to get to his head. Honestly, Mourinho might just have him sent to Guantanamo. Like, I don't know how those two personalities are going to jive. Norway, Brazil, we talked about. USA, Belgium coming up over the horizon tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. But the red card, honestly, it's a little bit, just lie. Just say Infantino realized that the ref was taking money from what do you call it?
Yeah, just say the VAR assistant was watching something else when he was supposed to be watching the. Like I don't
frame him,
yeah.
Dude. Just like what happened to the David Sterns of the world? Okay, this like just hide the body. Okay, throw him into the sea, international waters. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I love you.
Hydration.
I love sports summer.
21 plus and present in select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE New York or text HOPE NY in New York. For Louisiana, call 1-877-770-7867.